Today on City Wrestling Radio, we're going to go over all the releases within WWE. Also, Smackdown making a move back to the USA Network, and AEW WrestleDream is this weekend. We're going to go through the entire card. All that and more today on City Wrestling Radio.
Give me a hell yeah!
Welcome back to City Wrestling Radio, September 26th, 2023. I'm your host, Corey Smith, being joined, as always, by my co-host, the main roster mate. Yes, we're bringing back the Season 1 nickname here, Mr. Jose Oseguera.
Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing? I'm doing a lot better than 20 names mentioned in this past week. Best of luck in your future endeavors. Yeah, I'm in and around 20.
Okay, well, glad to see you're doing good. You're still employed, not
Still
by
employed,
WWE.
Luckily, yeah.
You're not employed by WWE, just
No,
like
I'm not.
he's, that's something you have in common. So yeah, okay, let's just get right into it because, as you may have heard this past week, you said 20 names. I didn't even count. I have a list of the names.
Yeah, well, let's count along.
So we got a bunch of names. People released this last Thursday. So WWE released Dolph Ziggler, Mustafa Ali, Shelton Benjamin, Dana Brooke, Masay, Mansoor, Emma, Riddick Moss, Top Dollar, Rick Boogs, Elias. I'm assuming they let go of Ezekiel too. We have not gotten word on that yet.
That has been confirmed.
Leah Dabakato, Shanky, Quincy Elliott, Yulissa Leon, Kevin Ventura Cortez, Alexis Gray, Brooklyn Barrow, and then on Friday, the release of Matt Riddle.
21-22.
I mean,
if you count, Ezekiel.
Yeah, this comes after the merger, a week before. I mean, most of these names are people that weren't necessarily being used, except for Mustafa Ali, who was set to have a match this weekend.
Right smack in the middle of a program. Yeah.
Yeah. They should have done at least let him have the match, like this is his shot to stay on the roster or something, and then pay him extra for it, and then let him go after that. But Dolph Ziggler, I mean, that guy, he's part of the Spirit Squad back in the day. He's been with the company since the early 2000s, and it seems weird not to see him with the company. Shelton Benjamin has, spent some time in New Japan Pro Wrestling back in the day. Dana Brooke, I mean, I don't know. A lot of these names on here, do you see anyone picking anyone up out of here, or?
Top Dollar seems to be getting the short end of the stick over and over. Rick Boogs,
well, apparently
it's political.
Well, apparently, according to they kind of both said it was political. Apparently, Top Dollar said something about he stood up for BFAB at one point, and he got some backstage heat for it. And I mean, he had onstage heat for it for sure from Michael Cole.
Right.
But Rick Boogs saying something like, "Oh yeah, Vince loved me, but I'm not going to go into exactly what happened." I mean, who does he think made the final decision here?
I don't know who he thinks. Maybe he thinks Triple H had a hand in this because he had nothing to say about this. Maybe they asked him for his opinion, but I think that this is strictly let's trim some fat.
No, definitely. The one thing about Rick Boogs is I feel like he just was never utilized, and he really could have been utilized better.
Totally, talented guitar player. It seems he has charisma at the wazoo. Funny guy. Could have been used in a million different ways, but they didn't. He was on the right path with the whole live stuff.
Yeah,
I can see stuff was good.
Definitely, and I mean, he's beefed up a lot. Over the years.
Yeah.
Over the years. And now he's I saw him took a picture with The Rock, and I think he's bigger than The Rock.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I can see a lot of these people making a splash on the independent scene, kind of building their name up, especially people like maybe Aaliyah, Elias, maybe. I don't know. Elias, I could see him as the drifter, making a couple dollars here as a former WWE guy.
Yeah.
Kind
of, his NXT gimmick. Drifting
yeah.
Yeah.
And but building his name on the independent scene and then eventually maybe returning to WWE one day. Because he seems like a WWE guy. At least that's how I feel. I don't see him in New Japan. I don't see him in AEW. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, Mustafa can thrive in New Japan.
No, definitely. If he wants to go to New Japan, I mean, let's not
if he
forget
wants to go. Yeah,
he does have a family.
Mhm.
That, I mean, this is number one priority. Dolph Ziggler is an interesting one because days prior, I don't know if anyone saw this, but Ryan Nemeth, his brother, posted a picture of him and Dolph holding the tag titles, the AEW tag titles, and both of them holding a singles title. And it was like, oh, okay, that's funny. But then days later, Dolph was released. It's just Nick Nemeth. Sorry, not Ryan Nemeth. Or sorry, is it Nick or Ryan?
I don't remember.
No, Nick. Yeah, Nick is Dolph. Anyways, yeah, no, it's just funny to see that, to see Dolph maybe in AEW, but at the same time, it's like, how many people can they really add to that roster?
Do you need another daddy ass?
Even that, I mean, you'd get Ziggler coming in, having a match. Oh, it's the show off, He comes in, he does his zigzag, and then he has a match for the TNT title and he loses, and then what,
Yeah.
I mean, he would be I think he would sink there.
Yeah. It's the Matt Cardona syndrome, right?
It's going to be interesting to see what happened to people like Massey, Mansoor, Riddick Moss, people like that, people who are young wrestlers who can seriously reinvent themselves from.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time to reinvent yourself. As you say, come up with something that fits you, something that screams you. Take control of your character, own it, and you'll get picked up by somebody. I promise you.
Yeah, people like Shanky, Quincy Elliott. I mean, that was a pretty interesting. I mean, at first he came out on a scooter, and I thought that was kind of funny because he was kind of like the overweight Florida diva kind of thing, and it was funny and it was great. But then it kind of wore off. But the one that's kind of wasn't really shocking because we were talking about it a weeks prior is Matt Riddle being gone from WWE. I mean, if you were a company, would you try to pick him up right now?
Yeah, no, not right now.
Like, I mean, to me, it would have to be some sort of zero tolerance policy if he did. But so Matt Riddle was released the Friday following the Thursday releases. And then a lot of people are attributing this to the incident coming back from India at JFK Airport, where he accused a TSA agent of sexual assault that was never proven. And there was, things about him coming out, him being drunk and disorderly. But I think that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back for Matt Riddle.
Yeah, I think a little bit of that airplane footage leaked into some WWE officials' hands, and they saw exactly what happened on that plane, and well, you know the rest.
Yeah, and and I liked Matt Riddle at one point. He was charismatic. He was like the kind of Patrick Starfish meets Death Jitsu guy. Like he was the stoner, feel good guy who would kick your ass. But then all of these things started coming out about him and, his personal life. And it just didn't seem like the type of person that I would like to support. And now being let go from WWE, will he go to New Japan? I will. I mean, maybe. He's got a lot of things that'll prevent him from that could get him in trouble in Japan. Smoking weed, and I don't know if his marijuana situation is the same that it was before, but smoking weed over there, smoking over here in America is severely different. The laws are drastically different, and I believe you would get arrested if they found any kind of
Japan's very conservative like that.
Yeah, if they find any sort of marijuana on you, you'd be arrested.
Mm-hmm.
So we're over here, cop, if you're underage, they're just like, hey, throw that out, kid. Don't do that,
Yeah.
AEW, Matt Riddle. I mean, I could see it happen, but
not now. Maybe wait a year.
I mean, you would hope, but look back into the early 2000s when WWE let go of Kurt Angle.
Mm-hmm.
So when that happened,
there's always Impact. There you go.
That's true. I mean, Matt Riddle can show up in Impact, and any of these people can show up, and some of these people might. You know what? I said he was a WWE guy. Elias, I could see him in Impact.
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm.
I could see him in Impact. So a whole list of names let go from WWE, best to their future endeavors.
Funny. I see what you did there.
Get I can't wait.
Endeavors.
Hey, look at that. But, I do hope that we're going to see some of these people back in the ring again.
You will. I mean, in industry where everybody's allowed to retool and second and third and fourth chances, there's always a possibility we'll see you again in the big time. So good luck, guys and gals.
One person that has been speculating on their free agency is one Mandy Rose. So during a recent interview with TMZ, the former NXT Women's Champion opened up about the possibility of returning to the wrestling ring. When questioned by TMZ about the likelihood of her return, whether it be within WWE or elsewhere, Rose admitted missing the thrill of performing. She acknowledged her yearning for the camaraderie and the adrenaline rush. That comes with wrestling. However, she has also revealed that her schedule outside of professional wrestling has become remarkably hectic for her. For her to contemplate a return, Rose emphasized the importance of receiving the right call. And you know what? We have to remember, she has made a lot of money off OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that I believe. Yeah.
In her own words, Rose expressed, listen, I do miss performing. I miss the camaraderie. I miss that adrenaline rush for sure. I can't sit here and say I don't miss it. However, I am keeping myself super busy not to really have to think about it as much. But I don't know about the future. I'm a free agent now. I've mentioned across social media, which kind of got out everywhere. But if the right call comes around and I feel like making an appearance and kind of coming back and kind of wrestling, feeling out whatever's out there. Basically, she wants to come back.
So many likes and kindas and maybes and
God, I should have paraphrased that. I wanted to keep the whole. Sometimes you want to just keep their whole quote in there, but
yeah, I hear you. But Jesus, some people talk like children.
Furthermore, Rose disclosed to TMZ that her financial success she's found on the platform OnlyFans, describing it as life-changing. She shared, it's been kind of life-changing, I must say.
Kind of.
I'm really blessed, but I will say that I have a lot of financial freedom right now, which is really amazing. That's why I'm so grateful to be able to help my family right now and kind of rejuvenate their business they've got going on. Remember the deli that they have going on, her family?
Okay.
You don't remember that?
I don't. Was that okay or something?
No. So when Mandy Rose first started in WWE, there was this they had these vignettes on WWE.com that were like, get to know the NXT wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
And it followed her to her hometown. And she was so she was cutting up sandwiches. She's like, hey, what do you want? Like cutting prosciutto. She worked at a deli. Like her family owned a deli, like traditional Italian deli in Long Island.
All right.
It was really cool. It was very heartwarming.
Okay. She put money back into the deli. All right.
But
now they got a new turkey slicer.
There you go. What do you want to see Mandy Rose return to the wrestling ring?
Sure. I mean, I don't mind. She's not, Becky Lynch or something like that, but she's cool. I'm fine. I
I
follow her
think
career, so it's tough enough.
I
I'll
think
stick with it.
with the right mentorship, the right training, she can be one hell of a wrestler out there. Honestly, because when she was in the ring, she showed a lot of upsides. You know, she had that really good that running knee she did.
Mhm.
That, I mean, it was pretty much all she did. Eventually, she kind of rested on it, but she was pretty good in the ring at first, and you know, she kind of kept going and
Yep.
she
Great
stuck
heel.
with it.
Great heel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So to me, I'd like to see Mandy Rose come back to the wrestling ring. You know, she's a very good looking woman coming back, and she has this a very good attitude. She's very good on the mic, very
Mhm.
natural. Doesn't come across, never came across like she was reading a script.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? She kind of came off like natural all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
She would
uh,
totally, dude. She would excel at AEW. She would be prime time over there.
I mean, I think, like I said, with the right people behind her and the right, you know, and it really depends on what she wants to do.
Well, she wants to get more money. That's what she's waiting for.
And you know, by all means, if you know, if her schedule is making millions of dollars doing that, and she's not having to, you know, get hit in the face, possibly injure herself on a daily basis, then hell yeah, do that.
Uh-huh.
Stick with that.
Yeah,
But
and that OnlyFans isn't going anywhere, so that contract better be, solid clad.
exactly. So it remains to be seen what happens with Mandy Rose in the future. But you know, she is a free agent now, and
Yeah. One thing that's for sure with Mandy Rose is that nothing is for sure.
whoa, that's a hot take right there, Jose.
Yeah.
Next up, WWE Smackdown. Moving to the USA Network, WWE and NBC Universal have officially sealed the deal, making the triumphant return of SmackDown to the USA Network. In a joint announcement last week, TKO Holdings and NBC revealed a 5-year domestic media rights partnership to kick off in October 2024. This groundbreaking collaboration also includes the production of 4 annual primetime specials to be aired on NBC, which the word I'm hearing, not Saturday night's main event, but Saturday night's main event.
Okay.
That's what we're hearing out there. Especially people within NBC are kind of saying they are going to be like pay-per-view level shows.
Okay, good. Because I was fearing the worst. I was fearing they'd be like for WrestleMania highlights throughout the years, right before WrestleMania weekend, Survivor Series throughout the years, a recap right before Survivor Series.
Well, I mean, WWE can really kind of might use it. Okay,
You could do that, but don't make it those 4 major events.
No.
Here, you know what I
But
mean?
late night on NBC having like a road to WrestleMania,
That would be cool.
you know, at 10 or at 9:30 or something, just 30 minutes.
10 o'clock news comes on at 11.
Hosted. I mean, yeah, I guess it comes on at 11 now, right?
Yeah.
Well, the exact financial details remain undisclosed. Insiders with knowledge of the agreement have estimated its value at approximately $1.4 billion, representing a 40% increase compared to WWE's previous deal with Fox. Mark Shapiro, president of TKO Holdings, previously hinted the deal would be meeting industry expectations in an interview with Hollywood Reporter. Well, WWE Monday Night Raw and NXT will continue to run on the USA Network until September 2024. There remains to be speculation that NBC Universal could be a contender to retain the rights for these shows. In response to the development, President Nick Khan expressed his enthusiasm. He said some stuff. And yeah, no, I mean, this is all good stuff so far, in my opinion. What do you think? SmackDown moving to the USA Network, Jose? Do you like this, or are you not a fan of the
No.
What's in your head about this?
I like it. Don't go 3 hours. Please do not go 3 hours. Do not follow Thursday Thunder. Did Thunder do the same thing? I think they did.
No, I don't think they went to 3 hours, but they did 2 hours.
Okay, yeah. Don't go to 3 hours. Whatever you do, don't listen to Eric Bischoff. Whatever you do.
Yeah.
Good move. You're getting the same amount of ratings. You're not losing fans, right?
Well, I mean,
Compared to Fox. I mean, even though Fox reaches more homes.
yeah, I don't think they're losing fans. I think they're still going to pull the same. Like compare Monday Night Raw ratings to SmackDown. Yeah, I'm sure SmackDown pulls a little bit more, but is it going to be that much more
To what USA can bring you?
Yeah,
Probably not.
and if they're making a 40% more, you know, and
Yeah.
but what will happen with the Monday Night Raw now?
Mhm. With NXT.
Does USA have enough money to keep Monday Night Raw on their
You may have priced yourself out.
But why would they? Why would they give up
Mhm.
one for another? That's what doesn't make sense to me. Like,
Yeah.
why are you going to sit there and, buy a new tank top when the regular tank top? Sorry, I just ordered tank tops from Amazon. But why would you do that? It doesn't
Yeah,
make
I
sense
hear
to
you.
me.
There has to be, some handshake agreement somewhere where, they're gonna USA's gonna keep everything. If not, NBC might land a Raw. Not a bad idea.
Okay.
I will say that it's time to eat crow because I did say how much more can Endeavor do than Vince McMahon already does when it comes to these rights. Ho, ho, ho. They proved me wrong. Wow.
Well, they wanted to get it done fast, and yeah. So I mean, SmackDown I think you were there. We were all there together, right? The last SmackDown on the USA Network.
Yes, we were.
We'll have to fly to the first one somewhere.
So
Just
wherever
make
it
full
is.
circle. Like we're back, man.
Oh no, it's the Saudi show. Damn. Okay, I kid.
That's I remember one time I had a class. It was like a hospitality class, and they said, "Make a dream vacation anywhere, no matter what budget, just plan it out." I was like, "All right, we're going to Dubai, and we're renting Ferraris all over the place."
Yeah.
So there's that. Yeah, no. So SmackDown back to USA Network. I like
Cool.
it. It's fun. Yeah.
I like that we're staying on Peacock, right? Is that the plan?
So far,
Okay.
I mean, the streaming deal rights still have yet to be. I think those are still up in the air.
Negotiations next year, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but it makes sense to me if NBC just has it all.
Yeah,
You know,
it does. It
but
does.
doesn't make financial sense to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next up, Chris Jericho. He's going to make his debut. He's set to make his debut against Takeshita at DDT Pro Wrestling during a show this last week at Korakuen Hall. Jericho issued a challenge to his adversary of the Don Callis family with their clash scheduled for the highly anticipated Ultimate Party 2023, November 12th.
Takeshita! Takeshita!
Congratulations on your big victory tonight, Takeshita. Takeshita, not once but twice in AEW, you attacked me with a chair, with Don Callis, and I'm done. So at the Ultimate Party 2023, Ryogoku Sumo Arena, November 12th, is Takeshita versus Chris Jericho. I challenge you, Takeshita, and I'm going to teach you a lesson.
Very cool.
That's a cool video. Cool challenge by Chris Jericho. Challenging Takeshita at, like I said, Ultimate Party 2023. It's kind of a standard Jericho, I'm coming to this promotion video, especially as a face now, it's kind of funny. But this marks Jericho's debut at DDT Pro Wrestling, adding to the anticipation for their match at WrestleDream. Is this going to draw your eyes to DDT Pro Wrestling, Jose?
More than if he wasn't involved.
Right? You'll
Right?
check out the match on YouTube?
Yeah, maybe. I think so.
No, I mean,
shoot me a link. I'll watch.
We'll check it out. But Chris Jericho to DDT Pro for a match. Next up, one person who probably won't be at DDT Pro anymore or any other independent shows around the country is one Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston, apparently he's changing up his schedule just a little bit after winning the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong title and the ROH title. He has just signed a 4-year deal with AEW. He has decided to step back from the independent scene, at least for now, to take care of his back. He said, due to my roles as the strong open weight champion and the ROH champion, I have made the difficult decision to temporarily cease my involvement in the independent wrestling. I am currently dealing with lower back injury that requires attention and recovery, ensuring that I am in my prime condition for all upcoming New Japan Strong and the trio of AEW shows. I look forward to the day when I can return to independent wrestling once my commitments with New Japan and ROH champion have concluded. To all of my fans, I apologize for the pause, but it is essential for me to focus on my health and readiness for these significant shows. Additionally, like I said, he did sign a 4-year contract agreement with AEW, revealing this to adfreeshows.com. I mean, hey, Kingston initially made his debut in 2020 after the guy almost gave up, not like on life, but the guy almost gave up on wrestling,
Yeah.
The guy was selling his boots. Cody Rhodes brought him in for that TNT title match. I believe it was July 16th. And, it's just his whole life is kind of turned around. Like, he is over with the fans. He is one of the biggest stars in AEW now. I mean, Eddie Kingston, he's one hell of a story. What are your thoughts on Eddie Kingston, Jose?
Good for him, man. He has that everyman appeal, right?
He does.
The stuff that Stone Cold Steve Austin was made out of. Exciting time for Eddie. I'm happy for him, man. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Seeing Eddie Kingston there, like you said, he has an everyman appeal. He has that Dusty Road kind of feel. You know what I'm saying, baby? Listen, Dusty said, Kingston, I like you, boy. You are my friend. I'm gonna cut that part out because I just called Kingston boy.
Whoa.
But he's got that Dusty vibe. Anyways, let's move on. AEW Res. Are you ready for another pay-per-view this weekend, Jose?
I'm not, but okay, let's do it. I hear this is gonna be a big one. I hear that after this, AEW will be changed forever.
The ground which AEW is on will be rattled and shaken forever after this pay-per-view.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I'm also looking at this card, and yeah, a lot of the matches look good, but
is it though?
Do they matter? Like
Julia
they're
Hart
be
and
great
Statlander?
matches. Well, we start the show with the Young Bucks taking on the Guns, taking on the Lucha Brothers, taking on Orange Cassidy and Hook for the #1 contendership for the AEW Tag Team titles. Who do you think? What do you think of this match, Jose?
Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting match. I see it being nothing but hard hitting fun. Who are the champions? FTR.
FTR right now.
Aussie Open.
Yeah.
Okay. If FTR wins, Young Bucks win, and we have a massive rematch.
Yeah.
If Aussie Open win, then I'm looking at Cassidy and Hook.
Yeah, I'm thinking Cassidy and Hook actually win this match regardless. I think they would be good challengers for the titles coming up, especially since Orange Cassidy is kind of having this thing where he misses the gold. Like, he usually doesn't care about anything, but he cares about that losing that international championship.
He hates having an empty backpack.
Yeah, so I could see them winning this match regardless and taking on either FTR or Aussie Open. I hope it's Aussie Open, but
Okay.
Next up, your match I think you're looking forward to. Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart with Brody King in her corner for the TBS Championship. What are they doing with this title? There's too many titles. Like, this needs to be merged with the women's title.
Yes.
Point blank.
Ever since Jade left, this is Jade's belt. Since she's gone, I'm not happy with anybody else holding it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think if they had a women's tag division, that's fine. Sure, have some women's tag titles, but having 2 of the women's singles titles, especially when they're not brand exclusive or anything like that, it's a little weird to me.
Yeah.
But I think Chris Statlander will retain this title against Julia Hart. I mean, unless there's shenanigans by what are they calling themselves? The House of Black.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Yeah, Julia Hart with that. No, Chris Statlander's going to win. She just beat Jade Cargill. She's not going to lose to Julia Hart. Sorry.
No. Then we have Christian Cage defending his newly won TNT title against Darby Allin in a 2 out of 3 falls match. This is taking place in Seattle. Let's remember this. Miles away from Darby's hometown. What do you think of this match?
Christian Cage, newly crowned, he remains champ. Unless, he's legit, not able to fulfill the duties. Darby Allin, but I see Christian Cage. He major heat right now. I say he carries it, yeah.
Especially since that whole thing with Luchasaurus this last week on Collision, holding the title for the first time that he never actually got to hold, even though he was the champion. He kind of looked like he wanted to hold it a little bit more. So I think it'd be a good story and an actually fulfilling story to have Luchasaurus take out Christian Cage.
Yeah.
But we need to see more like why Luchasaurus wants to do this. Like before, it's just been like Christian's is holding the title. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was just like, it's not like he was like slapping Luchasaurus around. That's what we need to see. We need to see a little bit of like, you do this right now, or, and a slap in his face. Like Christian's not afraid of Luchasaurus. He looks down upon Luchasaurus. He thinks he's better than Luchasaurus. He thinks he can control Luchasaurus, to which Luchasaurus, kind of similar to the MJF Wardlow stuff.
You
know?
Yeah.
Kind of
totally
similar to that.
that.
So.
Yeah.
Next up, Chris Jericho and the Golden Lovers versus the Don Callis family. Takeshita, Sammy Guevara, and Will Ospreay. I mean, it's going to be a good 6-man tag. I don't know why I keep thinking it's going to be a Horseman beatdown on Omega and Kota Ibushi. Like Jericho, like Jericho's just going to turn around and just start beating the hell out of Kenny Omega.
Not so close to DDT, to Ultimate Adventure, Ultimate Party, Ultimate.
Well, that's like Party? What was that, like Ultimate Party? Yeah, that's in November. Let me pull that back up. Let's see. November 12th. So I mean, that's a little ways away. I don't. Yeah, I guess they can't do that turn at that point. It's gonna be a good match. I see the Don Callis family winning yet again. I mean, it's Will Ospreay, man. He's fucking greatest wrestler on this planet.
Yeah, according to bookers all over the world. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't see the team of Golden Lovers and Chris Jericho melding very well. There's going to be some miscommunication leading to their demise.
One match I kind of looked over, Eddie Kingston defending both his New Japan Strong and his Ring of Honor World Championship against Shibata, which is weird because Shibata's the pure champion. I don't know why he's not putting that title. It's not a pure. I don't know. I guess because it's not a pure match, but that title needs to be getting rid of. Too many titles. Too many titles. But like, I don't see Shibata winning both these titles off Kingston right now.
No, not right now. He's he's on a roll right now. Eddie's hot as hot can be. So yeah.
I do like Shibata's phone translator gimmick. Where he pulls out the phone and he's just like, "They are assholes."
Yeah,
it's great. We have Better Than You, Baby, and the team of Adam Cole and MJF defending their Ring of Honor tag team titles against the Righteous. That's the team of Vincent and Dutch. I don't know, man.
Okay.
So dumb. It's just dumb. Like, why is there no AEW title match? Because the fans wanted Better Than You, baby. Sorry. No. I don't know, man. It's just kind of getting annoying now that we're not getting world title matches. There's no world title match on this card. I think MJF needs to be defending this more often.
My WrestleDream is to have the world title match at this show.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
not WrestleDream.
It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I do think, well, and we don't know if Better Than You Baby will keep these titles because, I mean, Adam Cole might still be hurt after last week. Getting hurt after, I think, like walking off or falling off the stage.
He was just standing there. Yeah.
So I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say the Righteous win the ROH tag team titles. What do you think, Jose?
No, I guess Bay's gonna stay.
Yeah. Next up, more tag team titles on the line with FTR defending their AEW tag team titles against Aussie Open, or FTR defending against Aussie Open. I mean, I would like Aussie Open to win, but I think FTR is going to remain champions here. It just doesn't make sense right now for Aussie Open to win the titles, especially since, I mean, the build hasn't been that great. They've just been kind of giving open challenges left and right. The Workhorsemen had a title shot. It makes no sense to me. What do you think?
Doesn't FTR still have beef with Bullet Club Gold?
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, they could be the ones to win the match. You know, the opener match. What actually, I would like to see is the Guns win the title. And they announce Bullet Club Gold wins, and then they do the whole switcheroo that they have been doing too much in AEW, in my opinion, where they say, oh, you signed a contract with the Dragon, or you signed a contract with the Dark Order, but it's with the American Dragon. It's with John Silver.
Read your contracts.
But I would not mind if they said Bullet Club Gold are the number one contenders, and then Juice Robinson and Jay White take the match and win the tag titles. Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. Actually, I'm really intrigued by this match. It seems like a clash of styles that we don't normally get to see. Swerve also from, I believe, Tacoma, Washington. What do you think of this match?
I'm rooting for Swerve.
Yeah.
I need something different up there. That promo he cut on Hangman the other day was really, really good. Yeah, he got me believing in it.
I mean, I'm a big Hangman Adam Page fan. Who do I see actually winning this? I mean, I have no idea because Hangman and the Bucks just won those ROH trios titles,
right?
Which is really weird because if you think about it, the trios champions in ROH are the Hung Bucks, and the tag champions are Adam Cole and MJF. You know what I mean?
Yeah, weird.
With the main champion as Eddie Kingston. So it's pretty loaded roster over there. But no, I'm gonna go Hangman Page on this. You're gonna go Swerve.
I'm gonna go Swerve.
I'll go Hangman Page. And then apparently the main event also from Washington, which will be one hell of a match, but not for a world title nor the New Japan TV title. The big rectangle brown belt. This is going to be Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. in a singles match. It's going to be one hell of a match. I will say that. I don't see Bryan Danielson losing this match by any means. But, hey, stranger things have happened. What do you think, Jose?
I think the audience wins.
Aw.
No, you know what I'd love to see? TV time limit reached. Oh, no, there's no winner. We're going to have to revisit this.
No, not in a pay-per-view, man. Not in a pay-per-view. A TV match, sure, but not a pay-per-view.
I get it.
Negative.
If it's not for the TV title, then Bryan Danielson wins.
Yeah, no, definitely. They're gonna have one hell of a match, though. I mean,
that's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun.
All right, well, I think that about does it here for us today at City Wrestling Radio. Don't forget to check out our WCW Fall Brawl 1996 review. Check it out with all our other retro reviews here at City Wrestling Radio. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Really does help us out. And we'll see you next week. We're gonna go to bed and have a little bit of a WrestleDream.
Yes.
All right.
See what you did.
See you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.
Bye.